Guys, welcome back to Joe's RC Corner, and today we're just going to be working on a little bit more on the Cricket build. So now I'm going to start calling this the L750 Cricket, almost on all the videos now instead of Cruzer, mostly because of the color. It is now starting to look like a Cricket now to me, or a military L750. So that's what we're going to be calling it now, and as you can see, the stars and bars, this is still just my mock-up practice one that I have here, and this is going to be the correct placement of the stars and bars for the U.S. Air Corps. We are going to increase the size of this a little bit. It's a little bit too small for mine. My vinyl cutter doesn't do any larger than that. So I've enlisted a company locally here to go ahead and get some printed ones. So that way I can have the correct coloration as well. So the U.S. Air Corps on most of the L4 grasshoppers, they had the 1940s Air Corps version, which did not have that the bar in the middle. It was just an outline of white. So basically it had the white star, and then the blue was the border around the star, and then a blue border around a white bar. So we're going to do that, and we're going to increase the size so that way the bars on this side come out a little bit further past the black stripe where it should be, and it also give me a little more height up and down here to make that a little more prominent. And that's going to be on the front on both sides of the aircraft. We're also going to be putting some on the wing as well, so we'll probably get those made up at a later date. I don't really want them sitting around collecting dust. So when I get to the wings, then we'll go ahead and move forward with that. Other items, such as the end number, I already have those. I can print these out fairly easily here on my my Cricut system here, so that's not going to be an issue. And that's going to go on the vertical stab and across the rudder. And that basically is going to mimic on the old military style airplanes as a serial number. That's basically my end number instead. So we're going to put that on there. So today's work is going to be involved basically in the front section of the aircraft here. I need to get my my brake lines ran, at least mocked up and connected up to the front down here, and then through the center console and have them reside back there for the time being. The other thing we're going to be working on is the nose wheel here. I haven't drilled out and tapped my my bushing down here. So we're going to go ahead and get this all taken care of so that can be finally bolted in place. That way my nose gear is now permanent. Yeah, so we're going to connect and run the brake lines here. We will finish up that nose strut. And yeah, it's going to be a quick day today. Maybe I'll fabricate a mount for the parking brake, which is going to live right up inside here underneath. Yeah, we'll figure this out. All right, guys, so stay tuned, and we'll keep moving. Okay, guys, so we're back here on the nose gear assembly. I did already get my master cylinders are now hooked up with their tubing, and my park and brake is mounted and just gone to there. I have to buy some more of those fittings, 2 more for here, and 2 more for at this end here. So I have those on the way. Those are on order, so we'll get those here very soon. So I already have the holes drilled out for this, but I cannot find my AN 4H-5s. So I don't have any laying around. So I went ahead and I grabbed 4 of my AN 4-6s, and we're going to use these just temporarily. I put some washers in there as a spacer. But yeah, this is just going to be temporary until the other ones come in. Aircraft Spruce was out of stock on them, so I had to order them for the Wicks. And we'll see how fast they get here. And once they do, we'll go ahead and replace those and get that taken care of. So that's what we're working on right now. So stay tuned. Okay, guys, so as you can see, I got the nose strut all in place now correctly. We'll need to come back off again well, maybe not. I don't know. I'll have to check and see when I get my firewall forward kit, see what parts I need to take off to get that all taken care of. But, it will actually need to come off so I can put that front skin up on here. But I can't do that until I drill the holes here, here, and of course that one right there. So once we get all those drilled out, then I can pull the firewall back off, get that taken care of, and get my front skin back on. And I'm going to probably just do a couple rivets here up in the front and the center so I can curl the skin back up and out of the way so I can still get inside here for the time being. Now I don't seem to have been able to find my the AN4H, which is the drilled out AN4s. So I had to use some AN6s right now, and I'm just using the washers here to take up the slack. I do have the other ones on order. As soon as I have them, and when I'm reassembling this, I'll go ahead and take care of that. I do have a little bit of grease in here. I'm going to have to really grease it properly. Once I pull everything off, I'll re-grease that. And we'll also need to get these skins in so I can get my push pulls for the connected to the rudder cable, the rudder pedals. So that's what we've gotten done today, as well as pulled off all of the center console area because I still need to get some cables run for my rudder cables, and I may just run some string for right now. And then my brakes, like I mentioned, I'm waiting on 2 more of these so I can utilize my parking brake. And then I have to get on this side, and then those will go through and fed all the way through. So right here we have the cable exposed. I'm probably going to go ahead and put some of this loom tube over it just to finish that off and make it look nice. But these are not final screwed in or anything like that. It's just mocked up. And as you can see back here, use 2 8L clamps to hold the fuel line or the brake line here. And that's going to guide the brake lines to each one of the cylinders. Let me get a better image here yeah, so right here now you can see that they come around, and oops, I got my battery over there still. So as you can see, we have that here and the other one there. And I'm still debating whether or not I want to run this on the outside of this. I think I'm leaning towards this end still, but as you can see, it still touches here. That's why I put this on here, but maybe if I just shorten this a little bit, that'll fix that. This has a little bit of extra slop in there, so if I shorten it at this end and then push it in further, that might fix that scenario here and allow it to do these nice curves. And then we'll probably just tie these together at this end with some zip ties. So other than that, I'm really happy with that. I'm really happy with my mount here. That's gonna work perfectly. And I do have to set which direction this goes for on and off. I don't know what it is yet. I know that's out, this is in. This goes to the brakes, this is from the cylinder. So, but I'll have to figure that part out. And to actuate that, let me find it over here. Some of my goodies. And to actuate the parking brake, I do have this push-pull cable, which I'm going to be utilizing for my brakes. And thought that looked pretty nice. If I want to change the color of it, I just scuff it up and put a little coat of paint on there. Yeah, so that's going to... I'm not sure where I'm putting it yet. So that's where we are right now. And that's probably where I'm going to cut it for today. I want to try to piece some of this back together and get it out of the way here. Because tomorrow my engine comes and we got to find space for it out over here. So I got to clean up this area so I can get that crate in here. Airframe's probably going to end up having to go outside while that's here. But yeah, so let's go ahead and finish cleaning up and we'll get back at it. All right, guys, so we're all done for the weekend. Tomorrow, like I mentioned, my engine will be here with the firewall forward kit, so maybe we'll start doing some work on that next week. I'd like to get the firewall mounted and get that forward skin on, and that way we can get that in the engine mount in place. So hopefully that will all take place next week, and we'll be able to move forward. I'm looking forward to getting that Viking engine. Should be great power for this baby, and I'm really looking forward to it. It should be, Alyssa and Jan have been absolutely awesome with helping out when picking the right equipment, picking the right tools to go ahead and get the Cricket in the air. So right now, what we're planning on doing for the decals is I'm going to I'm going to go out to a local graphics guy, and I'm going to have him cut me out some new graphics for the stars and bars, because I need them the appropriate size for it. And I want to make sure that they're going to be UV protected as well for outdoors, which I believe they are from this company, because they make decals and wraps for cars. So should be able to get a nice decal for that. We're also going to have him make up the decal for the nose art. That's going to go on the cowl, and that should look really nice on there. The final stuff that we're going to be looking at here is decal wise is I got to decide if I'm going to put US or Army on here or anything of that sort. I'm not sure yet. Just don't know if I'm going to put Army on there or anything like that. What we might do is maybe I'll come up with a saying or something like that. Maybe behind it we can put the Zenith Air Corps or something of that sort. I'm not sure yet. We'll play around with that and see. But this logo here is going to be on the nose. We're going to have the stars and bars on the sides of the fuselage. The wings are also going to have D-Day stripes, along with the stars and bars on top and bottom, all on the opposite wings. So that should look pretty nice. I'm looking forward to that, getting more paint done. But we got to finish up this fuselage first, and it's coming along really nice. I'm really happy with it. It actually looks like I have an airplane in here now, so that's all really great. We do still have the stabs over here, the horizontal stabilizer and the elevator that I do want to get mounted on here as well, but I want to get the engine on here first, because that's going to counterbalance that weight, and I really don't want to put tons of weight hanging out on the tail. It should be fine, but I'd feel more comfortable if the engine was on there, and we can do that. So looking good on that part. Trying to think if there's anything else that, I did get a little bit more work done on, say, the brakes, and also, like I mentioned, I think I already showed it in the video here, the nose wheel, that's all done. But we're going to do a quick overview. So I'm going to take the camera, we're going to turn it around, and we're going to do a quick overview of all the things that were completed besides the paint this weekend. Okay, guys, so as you can see over here, I do have my, this is how I did my brake lines. I'm not doing the fancy braided ones. I don't really think for the weight penalty, which probably isn't much, but and the cost penalty. That's really the biggest one, the cost penalty. I'm not doing off-field landings and takeoffs, so I don't really need to worry about any of these lines bursting. I believe Mark even used these plastic lines on his Cruzer, and they seem to be working just fine. So we do have this all routed through, and instead of going up through the bottom, I went ahead and just swung it around. I used the heat gun to make it curve, and I might need to do a little bit more tweaking with it. Have it coming up and around, and then inside the fuselage right there on the side with a rubber grommet. That rubber grommet is the perfect size. It fits in there nice and snug, and should work very nicely. But of course, being a rubber grommet, it is something I'm going to have to keep an eye on. But that's now going down and through this area down over here. So it comes in along here, and then it enters the fuselage area right here. And then as you see, I just have them coiled up. But it is long enough to go all the way over to here. Now this is my park and brake mount that I have. It's a Matco PVPV D, I believe it is, and it does left and right brakes. This is the inlet side, and as you can see, this is the exit side going out. Now I don't have enough of these fit-ins here for the plastic, so I have those on order. I should have those in a couple of days. And we'll be able to go ahead and finish connecting the whole brake system here. And I'll also be able to go ahead and get them routed down and to the wheels here. Now, right now, I just have zip ties holding this together. I will be using the plastic or the metal piece, the shroud that goes on the back side of this, and I will be gluing that on. But I do need to paint that first. I haven't painted it, so I'm not messing with it yet. So we are going to get that painted, primed and painted with the same satin black, and that'll cover up this back section. Now, one of the things that I thought about that I wanted to go ahead and do is I'm using this wire loom plastic, and it actually fits over the brake line here perfectly. Hard doing it one-handed. All right, so that'll cover up the brake line, protect it, and also just allow me to run this down into that metal, and this will be down underneath it, and then the metal will come up probably about quarter inch. This is going to go down into that aluminum piece about a quarter inch, maybe 3/4 inch. And we'll do it again down here as well after we get the brake line here curled and heated up and curled to hit the brakes right there. And then once that's done, then my brakes will be ready for bleeding, and we'll see how that all works out. And like I mentioned, I did also buy the this here, and this is going to be my brake pull, push-pull. It's a friction one. Should work pretty nice, and that'll allow me to actuate my my brake, parking brake there. So I'll push the brakes, pull this, and that'll be locked in place. All right, guys, so that's what we have done today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm really happy with how this is coming out. The paint on this came out beautiful. I'm really looking forward to seeing the graphics on it as well, and finishing up this front end. Once we get this front end done, then I can start working on getting all the pulleys and cables and stuff for the push rods. I do have to go ahead and finish up with wiring all my avionics as well. Get that vertical stab also built and mounted. Can't mount it in here, unfortunately. I'm going to have to do most of that out on the driveway, and then pull it apart to get it back inside. Then we'll go ahead and get everything painted, and once the engine, cowl, and all that fun stuff is on here and it's all painted, ready to go, I'll be able to take it out to the airport, and we'll store it out there while I build the wings. So we're moving along pretty good, and nice speed here. I'm really happy with it. It's looking really great. It's actually coming out the way I envisioned on my t-shirt, and I'm really happy about that. I was nervous about doing those stripes, especially with doing the taping off the black stripes on the white, because as you know, I did the white base and then I did the black on top of the white, and I was concerned about the tape pulling off the white, but hey, apparently I did a really good job of scuffing that up before I painted that white, and it adhered really nicely. I've been really happy with this paint, by the way. It's not a true flat, and I kind of like that because it gives me that military scheme. It's not that sharp, glossy color, but it's not extremely flat as well. It's more of a satin. Same with the white, which is really great, because if it was a flat white, you're going to have fingerprints all over the place on that, and it's going to be difficult to keep clean. But with the way that paint is, I don't think I'll have an issue with that, but only time will tell, guys. So anyways, that's all I have for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're enjoying the process of building this airplane as much as I am. You know, most of my RC world experience has gone back into building this. You know, I've been really happy with that. Some of it is learning new things. Some of it is just transitioning from doing a small item to a big item, just upscaling it. So again, like I said, I hope you guys have been enjoying the videos, and I'm going to keep them coming. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you want to purchase a t-shirt to help out the Cricket build, please go ahead and purchase one. The link is in the description. So keep building and keep flying, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Bye now.